Good evening and salutations, my B&B friends. Hope Logan is a character I really don't like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate the character. It's weird. So, like, this show, I think the only time I've had a couple of strong opinions where I've completely disliked characters. I don't want to sit there and say hate because I'm not giving that type of energy to fictional characters, but there have been times I've vividly disliked characters. I dislike Zoe. I dislike Grace Buckingham. Paul was a character who I dislike, but not on their level, right? So you see this scene where they seem like they're about to get hot and heavy, her and Carter and everything, and then she stops a couple of times. She's like, listen, we shouldn't. And I'm just like, okay, like, why? Why? It's okay. You don't want to. Here's the thing, and I'm with hope and doing this is. How do I sit down and put this? The issue that I have with Hope today is the issue that I had with Thomas, right? She ultimately stops them actually having love in the afternoon because she feels he's not ready. Now, on a surface level, I understand where she's coming from, right? I understand where she's coming from, Liam and Thomas and everything like that. Specifically with Thomas, I get. But see, the problem I had with that situation is that she kept saying, I couldn't commit. She kept stringing him along. And not only did she do that, but I guess the ultimate sin for me was that she got upset with him and had the audacity to sit there and say, you should have stayed. You must be out of your goddamn mind. That she actually wanted this man to sit there and stay and wait it out. Let me tell you something. You hear me sit there and say this from time to time. And I try not to get too hardcore about it. A woman has an option to sit there and say no. A man has an option to sit there and walk away. Okay? She wasn't ready? Fine. But he's under no obligation whatsoever to sit there and stay. Now she tells Carter she's not ready for this, that, and third. She wants to take it slow and stuff like that, and that's fine. But I don't want it to be the same situation where she strings Carter along. Carter did this whole, and granted, it shouldn't be a quick for quote thing. But Carter did this whole passionate speech and everything like that, and I'm like, at some point, if she's not ready to sit there and move forward, then she needs to sit there and let him know. And give him the option of sitting there deciding if he wants to pursue anything with her. Because I have a feeling that she can want to pull in that same BS that she did with Thomas. We're like, oh well, you should have waited. You should have been patient. No, he shouldn't have did anything. You don't get to sit there and control how he reacts. That's not how that works. So that goes on, and Brooke and Dee can talk about Carter and Hope and everything like that. And one of the key points is Deacon being like, listen, I like Liam, but at the same time, I don't like the history of what he was doing. The back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth. And she's like, well, it was complicated. I was like, wait. I get where she's coming from because she's like, Hope did hurt Liam by stepping out on him with Thomas, right? But, is she ignoring the fact that, like, he was very flip flop about the whole thing? Like, it almost sounds like you're okay or you're endorsing this whole being back with Liam. What, for the kids? Knowing his history of going back and forth with with your daughter and Steffi, that doesn't give you pause? You you should be sitting there trying to have your daughter go with anybody else other than Liam, given his history. Yeah, she messed up too. I'm glad that she acknowledged that. That's a really funny way of acknowledging things, but in other points, like she talks about, well, Hope has been under siege, since she started working there. I was like, well, if her line was better, then she wouldn't have a problem. So maybe it isn't Steffi and Ridge, and even Deacon was like, oh, I should go down there and give him a piece of my mind and do what? Cobra Kai? Because that's the only thing that you're going to sit there and bring to the damn table. Um, and like, that's the thing. It's like, bro, it's her line that's an issue. It's not her. I mean, yes, is she playing fast and loose and everything like that with other people's men, and that's the problem. Yes, 100%. But you are your line is sucking right now. Okay, here's the thing. You got Steffi and Ridge talking about her failing line, having one of the buyers pull out on Hope's line because they're like, yo, listen, we can't trust that. And if that's one, that's eventually going to be a domino effect. You know how these buyers are. I'm assuming they have social media. Okay. So they're probably talking and things of that nature and stuff. And like, yo, listen, I think you should sit there and pull out because the line ain't doing well, and I don't think she's a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know how these people talk in the industry. So it's like one person texts the other person texts the other person. It's only going to be a matter of time. And what is Hope right now doing? I think she's sitting there working on this line. No, it's in the afternoon, so she's sitting there going over Kara's house and going just back and forth for getting busy in the afternoon instead of working on her goddamn line. But somehow it's Hope's line that's being under siege. Yeah, okay, Brooke, sure, that's the issue. Not her focus on her goddamn work. No. This is all Steffi's fault. So going into that, Steffi and Rich is like, what are we gonna sit there and do? We're gonna have to have a talk with Brooke. And Rich is like, well, Brooke will understand. She's a businesswoman. Steffi was like, no, because that's her daughter. She's not gonna sit there and think clear, and she won't. And she even sat there and said, you cut her line, but Logan's gonna sit there and think that's their shot right there. That's first shot right there. Or fifth or 75. But the point is, they're going to sit there and take that as a personal attack. And it literally is business. And they're like, how long are we going to sit there and keep doing this for? Like, they both sat there and was like, yo, this is not working. And Rich is like, where did Carter come in with all his passion and, pizzazz or whatever for Hope and speaking all positive and supposed to be a numbers guy? He was like, yo, this is weird. This is weird. That's pretty much all I got. That is all I got. But if I missed anything, write it in the comment section below. Or come to the live stream tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll talk about all the shows. General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. And before you go, if you could sit there and share this video, that'll definitely help. Sharing these videos on Instagram or Facebook and Twitter, wherever, definitely does help get this channel going. Get this channel growing, get the numbers going, get the subs growing, get the live streams, more people come in there. We're talking about Bold and Beautiful, as well as Young and Restless and, the other two shows. But, yeah. I'm going to say anything, either write in the comment section or come to the live stream tonight. We'll talk about it there.